Alright. Fuck. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be watching Young Frankenstein by Mel Brooks. Hey guys, welcome to the channel and my first video. Also, welcome to the first night of 13 horror movies in a row I'm going to be doing over the next 13 consecutive days, which I'm calling the 13 Nights of Horror. Thought it'd be a good way to kick off the channel. I have a bunch of horror movies I haven't watched, and I thought, what the hell? Just start with a bang. Today we'll be watching Young Frankenstein by Mel Brooks, one of the few Mel Brooks films I've not seen yet, and looking forward to it. I know it's in black and white, I know Gene Wilder's in it, and Peter Boyle is the Frankenstein, or the monster, or whatever. And then Madeline Kahn is supposedly in this one as well. And she's hilarious. Well, they all are. So I'm looking forward to it. I have seen clips over the years. I know he stabs his leg with a scalpel, which is a hilarious scene I've seen a couple of times. And that's about it, honestly. I have like vague images of the castle, and I've seen screenshots of Igor. I know it's pronounced Igor. Yeah, not much else. Sorry. I'll get a little rambly and a little slurry, so get used to that if you're gonna follow me. Yeah, so like and subscribe for more of this these ramblings. Let's get to the movie. There's nothing like that 20th Century Fox intro. I do know it's in black and white as well. Awesome music right off the bat. Cool fonts. Marty Feldman must be Igor. That name sounds vaguely familiar. Cloris Leachman. Love her. She's a Mel Brooks staple, I think. Oh, Terry Garr. Is it not Madeline Kahn? Maybe she's not in this? Maybe I'm thinking of Terry Garr. Huh. Michael Fox. Not Michael J. Fox. Although I will be watching The Frighteners later this week. Hey, Madeline Kahn! There you go. Cloris Leachman, Terry Garr, and Madeline Kahn. This is gonna be great. This really does feel like a 30s or 40s film up to this point. It's got this long, drawn-out intro. Very slow-paced for Mel Brooks. So far. Which is great. Really pulls you into the aesthetic of these types of old-school monster movies. It's actually a really cool shot. Pulling back on a coffin?
Are there any questions before we proceed?
I have one question, Dr. Frankenstein.
What a
That's
reveal.
Frankenstein.
Ah, Frankenstein.
I beg your pardon?
My name. It's pronounced Frankenstein.
But aren't you the grandson of the famous Dr. Victor Frankenstein, who went into graveyards, dug up freshly buried corpses, and transformed dead components into...
Yes!
He changed the
Yes.
pronunciation of his
We
name
all
to
know what he
disassociate.
But I'd rather be remembered for my own small contributions to science, and not because of my accidental relationship to a famous cuckoo.
Tiny gong. Such a skinny old man.
Nice hopping. And the central nervous system. You filthy, rotten, yellow son of a bitch! We are not aware of these impulses. Why, you mother-grabbing bastard! As you can see, all communication is shut off. you. If it were not for this continuous stream of motor impulses, we would collapse like a bunch of broccoli. But you have to remember that a worm, with very few exceptions, is not a human being.
But wasn't that the whole basis of your grandfather's work, sir? The reanimation of dead tissue?
I am a scientist, not a philosopher. You have more chance of reanimating this scalpel than you have of mending a broken nervous system.
But what about your grandfather's work, sir?
My grandfather's work was doo-doo. I am not interested in death. The only thing that concerns me is the preservation of life.
Oh my god. It's so good.
Class is dismissed.
Yeah, Gene Wilder, man. Really command a room.
My dearest love, I'll count the hours that you're away.
Oh, darling, so will I.
Not on the lips.
What?
I'm going to that party at Nana and Nikki's later. I don't want to smear my lipstick.
Oh.
You understand.
Of course. My sweet love.
The hair. This one said.
Sorry. I prefer old-fashioned wedding night.
You're incorrigible.
Does that mean
This dialogue is so good.
you love me?
Oh, hurry now, before I make a fool of myself. Ah, the nails!
Sorry.
Ah,
Goodbye, darling.
Goodbye, Freddie.
the elbow. How romantic.
New York next. Everybody out for New York. Transylvania next. Jeder aussteigen für Transylvania.
New York to Transylvania, my favorite train.
Well, why isn't it Frederick Frankenstein?
It isn't. It's Frederick Frankenstein.
I see.
You must be Igor.
No, it's pronounced Igor.
But they told me it was Igor.
Well, they were wrong then, weren't they?
I've never associated those two mispronunciations as a joke.
I'm a rather brilliant surgeon. Perhaps I could help you with that hump.
What hump?
Wow. I've heard that line before.
Let's go.
Allow me, master.
Oh, thanks very much.
Walk this way. This way.
What? This way. Very funny. Terry Gar.
No.
The guy playing Igor's doing an amazing job. His characterization is great. I mean, he's got an interesting look, obviously, but he's actually, like, his whole physical performance is top-notch. Door knocker is so big. If that was real iron, that would be unliftable.
What knockers?
Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, man.
I am Frau Blucher.
Is that Cloris Leachman? Oh my gosh, she's so young.
Steady!
Candles aren't lit. I don't think.
Stay close to the candles. The staircase can be treacherous.
Doesn't even sound like Cloris Leachman. She's doing a great job as well.
Well, Dr. Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Well, we'll see.
Good night, darling.
Whoa, crazy zoom.
Good night, Frau Blucher.
What is the horse joke? Why don't I get it?
Take out the candle, and I'll block the bookcase with my body.
Oh, look, Doctor. A passageway.
Whatever that music is, it's coming from down there. I'd better take a look.
I'm honestly surprised at the pacing of this. It's got pretty consistent jokes, but it is way more understated than the typical Brooks film so far. Which is pretty interesting. Feels a little more serious, I guess. I have
Ain't got no bar.
totally seen that image before.
Nobody cares for. I mean,
Igor!
Frederick.
How did you get here?
Frederick. Pretty cool set.
What a filthy mess.
I don't know. A little paint, a few flowers, a couple of throw pillows.
This explains the music.
It's still warm.
But who was playing?
I
That's a
don't
good
know.
one.
Look at this. I myself became capable of bestowing animation upon lifeless matter. It could work!
What a reaction.
That this might be our man.
The music is surprisingly good. Cool transition there with the hanging, or the swinging to the hanging guy.
That's good enough for the
The set reminds me of Plan 9 from Outer Space. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. There seems to be a substantially less slapstick humor in this than I was expecting. Yeah, per capita or whatever, you know, jokes per minute or however you want to gauge it. Which, it's not a bad thing. It's just a lot more serious, realistic, whatever you want to call it, of a film than I'm used to from Brooks, which is literally every prop, every line, every word, every vocal inflection is typically a joke.
What a filthy job.
It's kind of interesting. It feels a lot more grounded. Spoke too soon.
Need a hand?
No thanks. Have one. Thanks very much all the same.
Just a moment, sir. I know everyone in this neighborhood, but I've never seen your face before. Can you account for yourself?
Yes, I am Dr. Frederick Frankenstein, newly arrived from America.
Oh, yes, sir. I was told
my
you were here.
gosh,
Well,
that's fucking
I'm Constable
hilarious.
Henry, sir. Pleased to meet you.
How very nice to meet you, Constable. Yes,
And a little nip from the old bottle wouldn't be too bad either, would it, sir?
Let's take it. Yes.
Well, if you have everything in hand, sir, I'll say good night.
Thank you
Everything
very
in
much,
hand.
Constable.
At your service, sir.
There's the slapstick I was looking for. That's pretty perfect scene. I love that.
Didn't you used to have it on the other side? What? You're,
It's like the mole in
Oh, never mind.
Men in Tights. Keeps moving around his face. That was one of my favorite jokes in cinema, honestly. The mole. Kind of a big slut. I love this actor. He's doing so good. Do not use this brain.
Oh, that, yeah, yes.
Her character reminds me a little bit of Ula from the producers. This much more fleshed out here, though. No pun intended.
And penetrate into the very womb of impervious nature.
Gene Wilder, man, knocking it out of the park as usual. I've seen like a GIF of him wearing these goggles, I think.
Give my creation life!
Oh, the performance, man. You know, I've never actually read the original Frankenstein story or seen any of the legit films. It's kind of a crazy story. I should probably check those out.
Nothing.
Oh, Doctor, I'm
No. Be of good cheer. If science teaches us anything, it teaches us to accept our failures as well as our successes.
That's a good line.
With quiet, dignity, and grace.
True.
Son of a bitch bastard, I'll get you for this! What did you do to me?
Quiet dignity and grace.
Oh, Mama!
I totally recognize him.
A riot is an ugly zinc.
He's the Nazi from the producers, the same guy, right?
There is little chance of stopping it.
Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte. Oh, do you like it? I'm not partial to desserts myself, but this is excellent.
That was good.
It's alive! Good! What is it? What's the matter? Quick, give him the...
3 syllables. First syllable sounds like
Head! Sounds like head! Bed! Said!
said.
Oh, sounds like... to give!
Said, give. Give him a give.
Oh, tip! Sedative!
On the nosy.
That was all one take. That was a pretty well performed scene.
May I speak to you for a moment?
Of course.
Sit down, won't you?
Thank you.
No, up here.
Thank you.
Oh, that was so funny.
Where are you going?
To wash up. I've got to look normal. We've all of us got to behave normally.
Aren't you out
Frankenstein! I find it extremely amusing, that's all. Well, this was fun.
Dart in the hat. Hand in the wheels. It's too many darts. That's... Jeez. Oh, that makes me cringe. Don't drive on those.
Don't come closer.
What are you doing?
I'm going to set him free! No, you mustn't! I'm not afraid. I know what he likes.
Oh dear, nothing left. What shall we throw in now? Sit down!
That bread looks good. Black and white bread.
A visitor is all I ask.
temporary companion to help me pass a few short hours in my lonely life. Thank you, Lord. What is your name? I didn't get that. No. Oh. Forgive me.
Who's this guy?
I didn't realize you were mute. But your hand is frozen, my child. How does a nice bowl of soup sound to you, huh?
Who is this guy? I absolutely know his face.
Yes, well, I know what it means to be cold and hungry. Yes, and how much it means to have a little
Is that
kindness.
Gene Hackman?
Are you ready for your soup?
Gosh! What?
Hold out your bowl.
My mind is blown. Oh my gosh, Gene Hackman.
You don't know what your
That's
visit means to
incredible.
me. How long I've waited for the pleasure of another human being. Sometimes in our preoccupation with worldly matters. Yes,
This is blowing my mind.
And now, a little wine with
Oh
your
my,
soup.
he's so good.
Good.
Wow.
A toast. A toast to...
It's so obvious.
Long
It's so strange to me how I couldn't see it before. Funny toast joke.
Cigars. Don't inhale until the tip glows.
I was wondering why I was holding it like that. I've so rarely seen Gene Hackman in comedic roles. I mean, he's absolutely incredible in The Birdcage, but he plays the straight man, and he's perfect for it. This was like arguably the first time I've ever seen him do something overtly comedic. Is great.
Now! Together, you and I are going to make the greatest single contribution to science since the creation of fire.
Dr. Frankenstein, are you all right?
My name is Frankenstein.
Well, the delivery was chef's kiss, as they say.
May I present to you Dr. Baron Friedrich von...
Barone, just like Frank Barone.
A few short weeks ago, coming from a background, believe me, as conservative and traditionally grounded in scientific fact as any of you, I began an experiment in, incredulous as it may sound, the reanimation of dead tissue. I assure you there is nothing to fear. Walk heel to toe. From what was once an inarticulate mass of lifeless tissues, may I now present a cultured, sophisticated man about town. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Five, 6, 7, 8. For God's sake, come on. Are you trying to make me look like a fool?
Cool shot.
Chained like a beast in a cage.
Oh, Frederick,
If only there was some way I could relieve this torture you are going through.
Classic.
I'm sorry, Doctor. This cable came while you were gone. You see, your fiancé will be arriving in a second.
What?
The plot thickens.
Love me?
Well,
Well, let's turn in.
yes,
Say nothing, that's casual.
Ready?
yes. I think
Igor is my favorite.
I am a bit tired after all.
So good.
What?
Igor, would you give me a hand with the bags?
Certainly. You take the blonde and I'll take the man with the taven.
Stop that. I'm talking about the luggage.
Yes, master.
Give me a hand with the
Ladies,
bags. Oh, the villagers.
I said he will curse the day that they was born a Frankenstein.
Two different directions.
I thought perhaps tonight, under the circumstances, I might stay here with you.
Would you want me like this now? So soon before our wedding, so near we can almost touch it.
Yes!
Whoa! or to wait just a little while longer when I can give myself to you without hesitation, when I can be totally and unashamedly and legally yours.
I suppose you're right.
Of course I am. I always am. Good night, darling.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, sweetheart. I love you. I love you, honey. Sweet dreams, darling. Good night, and let the bed bugs bite.
Oh my gosh, Gene Wilder is so freaking good.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
That was weird. Did he kill her or scare her into paralysis? It's creeping along. You got me, Mel. You got me with that one. Oh, he got the Bride of Frankenstein hair. So he scared her. Her hair went gray.
Quick, catch him!
Have all the preparations been made for the transference?
Yes, Doctor.
Are you sure you want to go through with this?
It's the only thing that can save him now.
How will I know when they are done?
Zwei, drei, sechs!
Running.
1, 2, 3, 6! 1, 2, 3, 6! Put that man down!
It's the monster.
Nah, it can't be.
It is.
I said put that man down!
For as long as I can remember, people have hated me. They looked at my face and my body, and they ran away in horror. Because this poor, half-crazed genius has given me life.
As the leader of this community, may I be the first to offer you my hand in friendship.
dum da da dum da da. Hello, Mrs. Frankenstein.
Mrs. Frankenstein. What a beautiful name.
Oh, darling.
Hold on to your hat.
What?
I'll be right back.
Honey, I hope you didn't find Daddy's little party too boring. I mean, he did it just for you, and he meant so well. Say you liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Honey? Do 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 do.
She's ridiculous.
The feeling is mutual. You know, it's a puzzlement. There's something I've always wanted to ask you about that operation. You know, in the transference part, the monster got part of your wonderful brain. But what did you ever get from him? No. Oh, I don't believe. Oh,
At last I found you.
That thing is ridiculous. Well, I guess that's it. Gene Hackman, Blind Man. There you go. I'll be honest, that was surprisingly low-key and down-to-earth for a Mel Brooks film. I definitely went in expecting slapstick and craziness all over the place. Overall, that was a pretty normal film with just a few ridiculous sort of cheesy or punny sort of jokes, which I loved. But yeah, I was honestly surprised. I don't have too much else to say about this film. Gene Wilder's performance was insanely good as usual, no surprise there. Some of the specific line deliveries he had in certain scenes were legitimately incredible. Best of his career from what I've seen. Some of those specific yelling scenes or whatever were great. I thought it was pretty interestingly subdued for a Mel Brooks film, but for any sort of comedy in this genre, slapstick, whatever you want to call it. But it's pretty well balanced, and arguably there was even more of just a straightforward Frankenstein story that played out on screen with little to no comedy in the majority of the film. It was done really well and handled seriously. Which was interesting to me. I don't think I missed anything in that vein, but if I did, let me know. It definitely was different than the typical Mel Brooks film I would expect to see. But nonetheless, I loved it. All the performances are great. All the actors did an amazing job. I was blown away by Igor. He was my favorite character of the whole thing. And the story is the story. I mean, we all kind of know the basic gist of it, and they had their fun with the jokes and the relational dynamics that changed throughout, which was fun. But overall, pretty straightforward. What year was this? 74. So that was definitely early Brooks, but not the earliest I've seen. Pretty sure the producers was like 68 or 9. But I'll definitely be checking out a couple of the filmographies and things, making some connections. So I'll see you guys in the post-edit review coming up right now.